If we can legislate hurt and harm and injustice, then certainly we can legislate equity and justice, and we can legislate healing. It is long overdue for there to be a legal right to a good job for every person who calls this country home. A job that provides a living wage, strong benefits, union protections, safe working conditions. This is a matter of economic justice, of racial justice, and of social justice. We need policies that match and meet the scale and scope of these crises that we're facing. The federal job guarantee is one of those policies. We have seen policy create hurt and harm. The grave injustices, the inequities, the disparities that have been laid bare and exacerbated in this pandemic, they were not naturally occurring. They have been legalized and codified in law. So if we can legislate hurt and harm and injustice, then certainly we can legislate equity and justice, and we can legislate healing. And so a federal job guarantee would address the current job crises, all while laying the foundation for a just and equitable economic recovery. And more importantly, a federal job guarantee can help us ensure that we build a new energy grid, care for our elders, so this is human infrastructure as well, restore parks and buildings that have fallen into disrepair, and we can build healthier communities. So, I believe in that adage that the power of the people has always been greater than the people in power. And you prove that time and time again. You all know the only way to effectuate change in a meaningful and sustainable way is to build an active and engaged movement, one that is committed to partnership and to progress. And given the gravity of these three conflated crises, this global pandemic, the economic hardship and destabilization that it has wrought against the backdrop of an alleged national reckoning on racial injustice. And if we are truly in a moment of reckoning, then this moment of reckoning, as Reverend Barber, our other sibling in the movement, an elder or an elder to some, who I see as a North Star with the Poor People's Campaign, reminds us that a reckoning demands of us a reconstruction. And that is what we're entering into in this moment, is a third reconstruction. I'm excited to announce that I am joining you as the first signer of your Good Jobs for All pledge. And last week I was proud to, as was referenced, to introduce a groundbreaking resolution for a federal job guarantee in our country. And this does build upon the civil rights, economic justice agenda. The March on Washington has been characterized by Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, but that was a march for jobs and freedom. And Dr. King reminded us that the three greatest evils are economic exploitation, racism, and militarism. And for as long as you have one, you will have the other. And so that is our challenge and our charge in this moment. I'm revisiting often the words of Amanda Gorman from the inaugural events. And she said, "We do not seek a more perfect union, we seek a more purposed union." So how do we have a more purposed union? It's when everyone's humanity and dignity is affirmed and they can bring to bear their contribution to society. We find ourselves in the midst of a culture shift, and that culture shift demands a power shift, and that power shift demands a policy shift. What we have to make sure does not happen is that our recovery level set us to an insufficient, unjust status quo normal, one that was inadequate to begin with. So we need to meet this unprecedented moment with unprecedented organizing, with unprecedented mobilizing, and with unprecedented hope.